81 Days with the Tao. Day 7. The Tao is infinite and eternal. Why is it infinite? It was never born into the world, therefore it never dies. Why is it eternal? It has no desires for itself, therefore it is available to all beings. The sage always stands at the back. That is why they are ahead of everyone. They are attached to nothing. That is why they are one with everything. Because they have let go of themselves, they are completely content and fulfilled. The sage always stands at the back. That is why they are ahead of everyone. This standing at the back has an inner meaning. It doesn't mean literally being left behind. It means the sage is someone who has no desire to get ahead of others. They don't need to be seen, attract attention, be admired, win, or prove that they are better than anyone else. They wait patiently, stand aside, and allow others to go first. But not out of weakness, out of freedom from need. Most people are caught up in an unspoken competition. Who is more successful? Who knows more? Who is more popular? Or who is further ahead? But the sage gradually steps out of this game. That is why they do not waste their energy on competition or comparison. To understand this more clearly, think of the sea. Every river flows towards the sea. Why? Because the sea lies lower than everything else. If the sea wanted to stand higher than the mountains, no river would ever reach it. Sometimes standing lower holds more power than standing above. The sage does not place themselves above others. It is precisely this humility and freedom from ego that gives them a depth many people never attain. Standing at the end of the line means making no claims for oneself. And being ahead means being freer, seeing more deeply, living more peacefully. They are attached to nothing. That is why they are one with everything. This line from the Tao Te Ching is a profound summary of complete freedom. Attached to nothing means not tying oneself to external things, such as status, people, relationships, success, failure, or even pleasant emotions. It means not deriving one's sense of being from anything outside oneself, because their being depends on nothing. Nothing can bind them, limit them, or define them. We usually think that to become one with something, we have to cling to it. For example, to become one with another person, we become attached to them. To become one with an idea, we cling to it. To become one with an identity, we define ourselves through it. But Lao Tzu says the opposite. He says that as long as you cling to something, you separate yourself from the rest of existence. When you cling only to success, you become separated from peace. When you cling only to a single belief, you lose sight of part of the truth. Because attachment always creates boundaries. The boundary between me and the other. The boundary between what I want and what I do not want. And that is precisely why the Tao is one with everything, because it does not resist. Because it never says, I want this, but don't want that. That is why it is at peace with everything, with joy and sorrow, with people's presence and their departure, with victory and defeat, with the highs and lows of life. Not because there is no pain, but because it no longer identifies itself with pain or the events that arise. Perhaps this is what it means to remain centered. Not clinging to anything, not fighting against anything. For wherever attachment becomes less, the feeling of separation also becomes less. And wherever the feeling of separation fades, oneness reveals itself. Then, from the depths of your being, you begin to feel that you are not separate from life, not separate from others, not separate from existence. Desires, they still exist. Emotions still come and go, but you remain at the center, and that is where the Tao flows. Because they have let go of themselves, they are completely content and fulfilled. Because they have let go of themselves, it means the sage is no longer attached to a particular idea of me. They are no longer trying to prove themselves as someone, nor are they worried about how they appear in the eyes of others. Their mind is no longer filled with stories that endlessly repeat. I have to be this way. They have to be that way. Letting go of themselves does not mean destroying who they are. It means they are no longer attached to the image they have created of themselves. They do not have to be right all the time. They do not have to be successful all the time. They do not have to look good all the time. Because of this, much of the suffering that comes from defending the constructed self simply falls away. This is a complete humility before existence. It is like a drop of water that has surrendered itself to the ocean and become one with it. It no longer needs to keep proving that it is an important drop, because it has deeply realized that it is not separate from the ocean. They are completely content and fulfilled. They are content and fulfilled because they no longer feel that anything is missing. Not because everything unfolds according to their wishes, but because they no longer insist that life must unfold according to their wishes. That is a profound difference. Most of us tell ourselves, when I achieve that goal, I'll be happy. When that happens, I'll finally be at peace. When I obtain that one thing, I'll feel complete. But the sage first makes peace with life and then continues along their path. The sage understands that contentment is a quiet and profound joy, not the kind that comes from passing excitement, and not something dependent on external events. It is a fulfillment that arises from the depths of the soul. Desires still exist, goals are still there, life continues to flow, but happiness is no longer tied to achieving them or failing to achieve them. And that is freedom. Freedom from the constructed self.